Welcome everybody to the Bot Squad podcast. I'm your host Mcmahon here to review WWE Monday Night Raw, March 14th, 2016 edition. Now, WWE keeps on doing this with these inconsistent Raws. They'll sprinkle a little bit in there that, you'll enjoy, but for the most part, you don't really care. And it's like, with 2 weeks away from WrestleMania, you gotta do something better than this. There was a few things I liked about the show, but there was a lot that I didn't like. But nonetheless, let's get started with the review. So the New Day come out. They're in Pittsburgh, and the crowd, mixed reaction, more cheers than boos. But the New Day is out there advertising their new cereal, Booty-O's. They make sure that you ain't booty, and the League of Booty comes out, and they have another tag team championship match, except it's Del Rio and Rusev this time instead of Sheamus and Barrett. And instead of Kofi wrestling, Xavier and Big E are in there wrestling the match. So I guess, they switch it up from time to time. And I don't know if Kofi was hurt a little bit from Roadblock, but whatever. Xavier was in there. It's all good. Any member of the New Day is fine with me. They're still entertaining whether they're in the match or, outside the ring. It doesn't even matter. That's the New Day. So, it was an alright match. Even though it was 4 members of the League of Booty, the New Day still used their numbers game to defeat the League of Booty. And, Xavier picked up the win off of a distraction from Kofi, who took out, I think it was Sheamus and Barrett outside the ring, and I guess Rusev was down, so Xavier rolled up, or no, Del Rio was outside the ring or something, and Xavier rolled up Rusev for the win, and they retained their tag team championships. But after the match, the League of Booty was butthurt about losing again to the New Day, and they started to attack them, and pretty much put all of them down and, started celebrating in the ring, trying to make a statement that, hey, it's 3 of y'all, but it's 4 of us. So we gonna have to let you hold this beat down real quick. And I really like what they did here because it's building sympathy for the face turn that's happening with the New Day right here. They're making the crowd feel bad for the New Day. Usually they come out there, they have fun or whatever, or they're heels. Usually they get the upper advantage on their opponent. But this time, they were the ones on the receiving end of a beatdown, and, it wasn't all fun and games after the match. So, hopefully the crowd, sided with the New Day, and it got off the rub that they needed. I like how they did it. So I'm guessing the New Day is babyface now. After that match, Dean Ambrose came out and talked about how close he was to beating Triple H. He was literally inches away, with his foot being under the rope. And, he said not only is he hurting, but he's sure Triple H is hurting way more because he brought the fight to Triple H and, probably exceeded the expectations of what Triple H thought he was going to be able to bring. And, halfway through this little promo, Brock Lesnar came out to interrupt Dean, and Dean just kept a straight face. He didn't look worried. He didn't give not one damn. He wanted Brock to come at him, actually. He didn't care that, Brock Lesnar was right there coming out and interrupting him. And, Paul Heyman just selling the fact that, hey, these two, we're not going to have this close to WrestleMania. WrestleMania is coming up. You guys will have your match. Promoting Brock Lesnar, the Beast, and all of this other stuff, and just as long as you don't provoke the Beast. And he was like, I'm not trying to provoke him. Actually, if he wants to just come down here and, fight or whatever, we can do it now if you want. I really don't care either way. And then Paul was like, no, you're not going to do this. We'll see you at Mania. And then Paul Heyman walks away. But Brock Lesnar stays there. And then he starts walking towards the ring. And he gets halfway down the ring, and Paul Heyman was like, whoa, what you doing? I just said we're not going to do this. And Brock was just like, screw what you thought. He, gets close to the ring. Dean Ambrose pulls a crowbar out, and Brock starts walking around the ring. He walks all the way around, and then acts like he's going to the back and then hops up on the ring, and Dean Ambrose almost gets him with the damn crossbow or crossbar, whatever, crowbar. Yeah, there it is. And and then Brock finally retreats, and there it is. Dean Ambrose looking like a lunatic. He hid it in his jacket, just like Finn Balor hides his title in his jacket, and yeah, he's gonna pull out all the stops against Brock, and it just made him look believable. He knows he's not, the same size as Brock. He knows he's not, just going to beat him with his fist. So, hey, it's a street fight. I got to pull out whatever I can pull out to beat you. So, after this, Ryback versus Sin Cara. And apparently, I walked away for a little bit, but apparently Kalisto botched his entrance. Wow, I don't know how bad that was. I didn't get a chance to go see it, but pretty much Ryback squashed Sin Cara. Didn't take that long. And then after the match, he challenged Kalisto for the U.S. Championship at WrestleMania. So we'll see. I guess that's going to be a match or whatever. There really must be low on talent if Ryback is challenging Kalisto. But whatever. They come back from break, and Stephanie comes out to introduce Triple H. I don't know why they didn't just come out together, but whatever. Then Triple H started hitting hard with the facts, talking about how all the people in the crowd and Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, how they live off of hope and, hoping things are going to get better and never really doing anything about it, and, blaming everybody else for their failures and trying to blame authority, but you never do anything to better yourself. You still stuck at the same job, and you're doing the same things that you're always complaining about, but you never do anything about it. And he was spitting facts, man. It wasn't like he was lying about anything. But halfway through this, Dolph comes out to interrupt him, saying, he knows his place, and his place is in WWE. He belongs here, and he belongs entertaining the crowd. Says he's tired of getting told to quit every day that he comes to work, and he has nothing else to lose, and not to bash the fans anymore. He needs to chill out with all of that. Triple H was like, Dolph, you're pretty good. You're not great, but maybe you just don't have the support you need. Maybe you should join the Authority so you have that system to back you up to make you great instead of just being second best or average. He said he wouldn't join him and his idiotic, tyrannical wife. And Triple H was just like, whoa, man, don't be talking about stuff like that. And Steph slapped him in his face. She was like, hold on, who do you think you're talking to? You want a match at Mania, right? How about this? I'll give you any match you want except for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match at Mania if you have one match. There go to McMahon's with this one match, and you get to have what you want gimmick. And he was like, you know what, fine. I don't have anything else to lose. Why not? And then she was like, okay, well, you get to face the 14-time world champion, the cerebral assassin, the king of kings, Triple H. And if you beat him, you get any match you want, except, the title match against him. So Dolph's like, hey, I love that. Why not? And so, that sets up a match between him and Dolph later on tonight. Next match was Sami Zayn versus The Miz, and oh gosh, they're already putting him with The Miz. That's not good for Sami Zayn, but hey, no, I guess, the crowd doesn't really know who he is because he's not getting the pop that he got when Bret Hart announced him as, up-and-coming superstar in NXT. Nah, he was just brought up. The crowd probably forgot, who he is if they don't watch NXT on a regular basis, and yeah, so he didn't really get a lot of cheers. It was kind of dry for the most part with the crowd, but it was alright match, I guess. More just Sammy showing off his moveset, I guess. He had a nice little barricade moonsault outside the ring. Kevin Owens was on commentary. Just doing what he always does, burying the whole announce team and, telling them to shut up and, Kevin Owens things. So yeah, Kevin Owens gets involved and then he got jumped by Sami Zayn and The Miz. They weren't having it. Stay away from this match. This ain't got nothing to do with you. They get back in the ring. Sami wins with the haluva kick, and that was that. League of Nations was backstage saying, how they made a statement tonight, and we knew they thought it was all fun and games, and then they ran into us. And they challenged them to fight at WrestleMania. I don't know if it's going to be, the whole League of Nations versus all of New Day, or if it's for the titles, or I don't know how they're going to do that, but they want to fight them in Mania. Next match was Brie Bella and Alicia Foxx versus Team Bad. This match didn't go that long. Of course, Lana came out again because, she's been following Brie Bella around everywhere, and Brie is trying to show her up. She hit the X Factor off the top rope. Didn't get the pin, though. And it looked okay, I guess. Finally Brie's doing something. But Lana tried to get in the ring, and the ref was stopping her, and Team Bad hit this double team move on Brie, and picked up the victory there. After that, Alicia Fox came outside the ring to approach Lana like, hey, why do you keep getting involved with her matches? Because apparently Alicia Fox hadn't been there in a while, and as soon as she gets close to Lana, she gets turned around and double super kicked by Team Bad. So I don't know if Team Bad is protecting Lana, helping her out, whatever they're doing. Yeah, so that happened. They have the social Outcasts doing a Burger King commercial for grilled hot dogs. Whatever. I don't know. I don't even know why they made these guys a team. They were better off just being backstage. Paige talking about the Divas up and coming, and getting a chance and actually putting on good matches, even though that Brie Bella and Alicia Fox versus Team Bad match wasn't that great. Anyway, she's pretty much just praising the Divas and showing how they stepped up or whatever, and Lana comes back there to talk to Paige. It's just like, dang, Lana, you gonna start something with all the Divas in the back or something? And Paige was like, Lana was pretty much saying, you lost everything. You lost your boyfriend. You lost all the matches you had. You lost your title. And Paige is like, hold on, wait a minute. You ain't even had a match yet. You ain't never had a title. You switching back and forth between men, and you ain't no better than I am. I can get in the ring and show you up close and personal, though. And then Team Bad comes up behind Lana and was like, hey, you better watch your mouth, because you never know who's listening. So I don't know if they're protecting Lana, they're her security team, whatever. A lot of backstage segments, because after this one, Charlotte's backstage talking about the triple threat match at Mania, saying she knew Sasha and Becky before they were good, and she held Sasha's hair back before her first match at NXT while she was throwing up, and she remembers Becky Lynch trying to train with them, begging to train with them. And she told her dad at the time that she knew these two girls were going to be great, so she had to be better than them. And now look at her. She has the Divas Championship, and she's going to crush their dreams at WrestleMania and all that good stuff. The next match was the Usos versus Bo Dallas and Adam Rose with the Dudleys on commentary. Match didn't go but 2 or 3 minutes. Of course, the Usos picked up the win because they're not going to lose to the Social Outcasts. Bubba was being, on his best Bully Ray gimmick on commentary, talking about they're the greatest tag team of all time, and, pretty much you guys don't know what you're talking about. They were kind of far away from the announce table, but they still had their headsets on, and, they're going to make a statement, and they're not defined by the tables. That has nothing to do with their tag team history, their legacy. And, they're going to destroy the Usos. Whatever. Usos won quickly. Dean Ambrose in the locker room, checking out his little crowbar that he has or whatever. And Mick Foley pops up. Haven't seen him since around Christmas time. So, yeah, it was nice to see Mick. He was like, I have a gift for you, but I got to get this off my conscience. This match with Brock is stupid, man. Are you crazy? Well, yeah, of course you're crazy, but, why do you want this match with Brock? And then Dean asks him, remember that match you had with Taker in this very city? why did you want that match? Were you afraid on top of that Hell in a Cell? Mick Foley was like, yeah, I was afraid. Everybody looked like ants, and I was terrified. He was like, okay, but why did you do it? And Mick Foley was like, because I'm Mick Foley, that's what I do. And then Dean Ambrose responds with, well, I'm Dean Ambrose, and this is what I do, and that's why I'm going after Brock. So it was cool. So Mick was like, okay, but if you're going after the Beast, you're going to need some heavy artillery. He takes his crowbar from him and throws that and gives him a box. Dean opens the box up. It's a barbed wire baseball bat. Classic Mick Foley fashion right here. And Dean seemed to really love the weapon that he was gifted from the hardcore legend Mick Foley. So now he has something even more devastating to bring to WrestleMania for Brock Lesnar. So, hey, like I said, Dean Ambrose is going to go after Brock, but he's going to do whatever he can to win. He has to. It's the Beast. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. Now they had the Dolph Zigler versus Triple H match, which started off really, 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 really slow. I swear they hit about 30 rear naked chokes on each other before the match really picked up a little bit. Triple H looked vulnerable, which was weird against Dolph Ziggler. I thought he was just going to make easy work of him. Who really thought Dolph Ziggler was going to beat Triple H? I mean, Triple H still can put on a quality match, though. I will definitely give him credit for that. And, Ziggler's cool, too. I like Ziggler. Probably will never be world champion again, but it was an alright match. I'm not gonna hate on the match too much, but it was pretty pointless because Triple H picked up the victory. And as soon as he picked up the victory, here comes Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns comes out. Not a scratch on him, not a fake stitch anywhere. It's been 3 weeks, 2 weeks since he had reconstructive surgery, with quotations right there. He comes out and he looks furious, and of course he's going after Triple H, so he gets in the ring and starts beating him up or whatever, and take him outside, hit him on the announce table, and the refs come and try to stop him. He starts pushing the refs. He's throwing Triple H over the announce table. Then they start fighting throughout the arena. Triple H is trying to retreat towards the back, and they start fighting over by the tech area, and then not through the curtain area down the ramp, but off one of the sides where Triple H started to retreat to, and they started brawling back there, and security tried to stop Reigns, and he started punching him out, and he just didn't give a fuck, and eventually hit Triple H with like a 32-inch TV that broke on impact. So yeah, it's a little too late for this though. If they had been doing this beforehand, maybe it would have been more exciting for Mania, but they pretty much ruined this match already, because one, we already know Reigns is going to go over and be a 3-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But it's just like the build before then had been terrible. It was a little bit of moments like this, but now it just seems like they're reaching and trying too hard to get the fans to like Reigns. And he was getting booed out of the building. The crowd did not care that he had been gone for a little bit. WWE's plan to protect him didn't work. And it was a little too late for all of that, as they were cheering for Triple H if he tried to make a comeback. So yeah, Reigns is still not good with the crowd, and the crowd was letting him have it. After that, R-Truth is backstage, and Goldust was passing him, and he's sitting there in the damn Penguin's costume, talking about back in the hood, they had a penguin. Well, the closest thing to a penguin was like this pigeon with like a limp leg or something like that. Anyway, he was saying, penguins, when they find their mate, they stay together forever. So Truth is now trying to get Goldust to be his tag team partner, just like Goldust was trying to do back a couple weeks ago. But Goldust still ain't having none of that, and he was like, no, I'm not going to be your tag team partner. And Truth was like, dang, man, that's cold. And then started acting like a penguin. I don't know what the point of this is, what this is leading up to, if they're going to eventually be partners or they just going to have a match with each other. But whatever, it didn't really matter. Jericho came out because he was about to have a match with Neville. But before then, he drops another heel promo. Jericho as a heel, I tweeted this, is better as a heel. He's better. That's just the better Jericho. He has better promos. His matches are better. Everything about him is better when he's a heel. He came out, he's dogging a kid off the start. Like, hey, you sit down, you shut up, and forget your sign too. Screw your sign. I ripped that up like I ripped up that other sign. Jericho just didn't give a damn. Talking about, who does AJ think he is? He's not phenomenal. And, he's the best in the world at everything that he does. And, whatever. AJ didn't matter. And Neville came out. They had their little match or whatever. It didn't go that long either. And because Jericho lost his cool and pushed the referee. And the referee disqualified him. And, Jericho after that, blamed it on the crowd, saying if you guys weren't rooting for AJ, then maybe this wouldn't be happening. And, it's all your guys' fault. So, AJ came out and hit him with what they're calling the phenomenal forearm. His little apron jump and then, nice little forearm that he hits on everybody. One of his little signature moves. He hits that and, knocks Jericho down. And that was all for that. I guess that was the main event match, because after that it was just a segment between Vince, Taker, and Shane. So Vince came out, talking about imagine if Shane wins and has a change in Raw, and with new matches and the new talent, and things are different, and he's running Monday Night Raw. He has full control over it, but that will never happen because my instrument of destruction won't allow that to happen. And Vince says, after Mania he'll come out and gloat and poke out his 54-inch chest and say, hey, I told you guys, Shane isn't gonna beat Undertaker. That's exactly why I put him in a match with the Undertaker. You guys really thought that Shane was gonna win? Nah, man, nah, he's not beating Taker. And Undertaker comes out, and he takes 30 years to get to the ring. And then, he finally gets to the ring. Vince tells him, off rip, hey, don't you ever put your hands on me ever again. And Undertaker glares at him, takes his jacket off, and takes his hat off like he about to put in that work on Vince. And Vince was like, hey, I'm sorry. Maybe it was just me. Maybe I overreacted. I'm sorry. And then Taker was like, yeah, you better be sorry. And he pretty much bitched him out real quick. But, he was pretty much just staring at the Undertaker but keeping his distance. And then Shane came out saying, Vince ain't best for business anymore. And then he looks at Undertaker. He's like, I have the utmost respect for you, but at WrestleMania, I'm going to have to defeat you. I'm going to find a way to do it. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm going to do it. Why did Shane tell him exactly how he was going to beat him? I don't know. Hey, I don't know. Whatever. He was like, I'm going to use my mind to wear you down mentally. Every time you go to hit me, I'm going to duck. And then he said, he botched a little bit. He said, and then I'm going to miss. And then he was like, no, you're going to miss. And then, it was a little funny or whatever, but he fixed it real quick. And then he was like, I'm going to use my body. I'm going to throw my body at you, all 240 pounds of it. Wear you down with that. And then he said he's going to use his heart because he's going to stop at nothing to defeat him because he has to. He has to win against The Undertaker. And then The Undertaker snatches the mic from Vince and was like, and that's still not going to be enough because I got these hands. These hands are his legacy. And that's what he's going to use to defeat Shane because I guess that's the reason he's fighting. And Shane was like, he's surprised The Undertaker's being a puppet to Vince McMahon. And Taker was like, well, I'm not being a puppet to anybody. Nobody can control me. Whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it. And that's just the way it's going to be. He was like, well, I'm just Vince's son, but you're just Vince's bitch. And, they start to go at it. Undertaker, grabs him by the throat and is about to choke slam him. And, Shane avoids it and, starts punching him in the corner, whatever, and hits that damn shuffle. And I started dying laughing because every time he hits that shuffle, it's just hilarious. I lost it. Shane is just hilarious, man. He is out of control with that shuffle. And, he started punching the Undertaker and, Undertaker starting to swing at him. He's ducking and, moving out the way. And then Vince goes and pushes Shane into Undertaker, and Undertaker choke slams him. So, yeah, Vince will stop at nothing to feed his son to the Phenom, to the Undertaker, and that's the way Raw ended. With Undertaker on top. Vince got the hell out of the ring, too, because Undertaker went after him. And, yeah, that was pretty much Raw right there. Like I said, it was a few things that I liked, but more things that I didn't like, didn't really care for. Jericho as a heel is great. The New Day are genuinely over with the crowd. Triple H can still put on a good match. Other than that, though, nothing really to write home about. Most of this was just pointless. Lana looked good. Damn, she looked good. Other than that, and the Dean Ambrose thing. Other than that, man, they better do something in these last 2 weeks to make me even more invested in WrestleMania, because right now I can only care about a couple matches that they have. I don't want to see Kalisto versus Ryback. I don't want to see the Usos versus the Dudleys, but with the lack of talent, we're gonna see those types of matches at WrestleMania. So, hey, I don't know what they're gonna do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Raw. Like I said, it was an okay episode of Raw. Last week's was way better. So if you guys enjoyed the review, just go ahead and leave a like on the video. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment. Please leave a comment. I love that. I enjoy that. I love to be able to interact with you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys later on. Peace. Thanks for watching.